What do you guys use?
Oh, that post stuck in there.
Well, that's your metal.
Oh, okay.
Cito?
Yeah, okay.
So what would you use? Because it looks like your metal's coming right up to the bottom of this. Maybe a slight gap. So I'm suggesting that O. Henry stuff, because I've used it for years and years and years. And what I like about it is you can use it when your product is wet.
So is the gap? I'm sorry. What's your name? Jose. You're with Richard or Nelson?
Right. He's with me.
So the gap is where? Does it run all the way horizontally?
Right.
Okay. So the gap is between the top of the deck and the pillars.
I mean, if I had the O. Henry, I could do it. It'll take a minute, you know, a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
rub
but
it in.
you have to remove this one.
What?
How you can get into
You don't have to remove it.
Wow. I don't think so.
All you would need to do is this same bead of caulking you got here is you carry it underneath and back
I would
up.
use something besides caulking.
Right,
but
something
similar
better.
to that. Yeah, exactly. I would. Well, I've said it 3 times now. I would use the O. Henry.
Is that like a putty sealing?
The wet patch is talking about the wet patch.
Exactly.
The wet patch is not last long. It's just for temporary. Wet patch is just for temporary. Believe me.
Okay, then you tell me what you want to use.
Oh, I don't know. Check with the roofer then.
Can I ask a question? Is it worth? It's not that much labor to pull up the boards, pull up these beams, right? Take out and then reseal this whole area. Can we do that? I mean, take out these cross beams, and then I don't even.
The slipper.
What's the purpose?
Or the slipper.
Yeah, is that what it's called? The slipper?
Slipper. Underneath the slipper, this is decking.
Yeah.
This we call decking. That's called slipper.
Right. So can we seal the area between the deck and the slipper?
Sleeper.
Sleeper. Oh, it's called a sleeper?
Yeah.
Oh. Can we do that?
So he's saying work in an open space.
Yeah, just take all the wood out and seal it up, and then put the wood frame back in and put the deck back on top.
Basically, start from scratch in this area.
Well, you could, but I don't know why.
It's not that much work.
Well, what's the purpose?
The purpose is to be absolutely sure that there's a seal between the deck and the framing. Right now, your idea, I don't know exactly what your idea is, but you're talking about a thin, slim strip of sealing. And we can try it and then see if it leaks. But I don't know. I'd feel better if we just took the wood up and then sealed that whole area. The whole abutment where the wood is now.
We'll have to check with C-Dub, see what he wants us to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that much work. Unless I don't understand the framing here. This is just a simple frame. You could take these wood planks up, seal it.
Okay, Mr. Weiner, if you were having a problem with, and needed to do what you're talking about, your whole thing would be leaking right now, rather than one small spot.
Well, how do we know it's not? I mean, it could be.
Because you don't see any water damage.
Well, but it could be sloping. But it could be sloping. If it's sloping, you know, any moderate degree, the water would run all the way down to here. Have we run a level?
Well, that means we should take the whole thing off and redo the whole fucking deck then, with that logic.
No, it just means we need to seal it.
The whole deck.
No. Well, I'm saying seal it from that end all the way to here. Yeah, I am saying seal this whole line. You know, he's saying your own guy is saying there's an 1/8 of an inch gap. So
between the piece of metal and the bottom of the wood. Let's don't get confused about what he's saying. It's the gap between the metal and the wood.
Well, someone's responsible for sealing that, aren't they?
I don't disagree with you, and I don't mean to sound.
Yeah, snide. Yeah.
That's not my intent. But I'll call C-Dub and let him know what we found, and see what he wants to do about it.
Chaval, tomale una, dos fotos. Ya que está así, porque.
And on this scupper here, it's not really sealed. It has more like a.
No, that's a possibility. Check that.
See, I can see a screw here.
Yeah.
Oh, the screw there?
This is a screw.
Not supposed to have the
screw this flashing to the scupper.
I can see it.
I don't know how they sealed it.
Well, this flashing here, Nelson
take a
put
picture
on.
with the
I
screw.
don't know how good those
seals are right there.
So.
What do you think?
Why don't we run some water there and find out?
Okay, yeah. So right now, I have an idea. plug the drain. Fill this
Yeah,
water
exactly.
with about inch high.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I want.
No, I don't know. 1 inch.
No, we're not getting involved to that degree.
Oh, okay.
We're here
All right.
just to look at it.
But we gotta troubleshoot it.
I'm not opposed to if we're going to do this, we need to isolate each situation. We need to get water on here without getting water on here. If we get water on here and if we don't get a leak, then we need to come over here and do this. So we don't just do the whole thing at once.
Run the water from here.
See, there's
Use the
moisture
hose.
here, and it's all behind it.
Right.
So it's obviously getting
Right.
under there.
年年都要取底，要取底。
Yeah, and so that's where the beams are. Is where the dirt is, or the whatever we call it,
Yeah.
mud or mold. How's the water getting up?
It's running down here, hitting the deck, and then running under, and it stays wet under there. Can I see that picture when you get it done? Let's look at that picture. Oh, here, stay here, stay here.
Yeah.
You see, it's very dark.
You can turn a flash on.
Well, yeah. See, here's the metal.
Yeah.
Here's the bottom of the beam.
So someone has to be cover this metal.
Exactly.
Someone to cover the metal.
That's about 1/2 to 5/8.
Is it? No, I don't
Yeah.
think you're seeing it right.
Okay. What am I not? What am I not seeing?
That's the problem,
There's-
maybe.
Oh, I'm seeing the gap between here and there.
You're
I
seeing the
got you.
ledger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that gap.
So
it's not
can you
metal.
see under there, hose?
I can see under, and all I can say is there's nothing sealing that joint.
But
Whatever's buttoned up against,
is the piece of metal up fairly tight to the bottom of the 6x?
but there's still
8x?
nothing sealed. It's not sealed.
But it's not sealed.
It's not sealed.
Oh.
So you want to fill up the water in 1 inch? 我哋有冇質喺度 So I don't have the plug here.
You can just put the hose to it like that. And
Yeah.
I bet you'll
No, I don't want to test that
And
yet.
I bet
I don't
you-
want to test that yet.
I
I want to
think
fill
you'll
up
see
the
the leak.
water with 1 inch high and see all way around.
1 inch high is not gonna do much.
Oh, that way you can check all those edges on the edge. Here, edge.
Yeah.
On the top of the frosting. See, right? The frosting like this. On the top, the frosting.
Why don't
Someone had to cover this.
Why do we need to check that? We don't see any sign of water anywhere there.
Okay, then
No, I'm just asking.
forget it.
This is a conversation, so don't take it personally. I'm just wondering why we want to do that if we're not seeing any water damage around the edges.
Why do we not want to run water where he's suggesting?
We can certainly do that. We can certainly do that.
I mean, just to.
You have a plug for that, Cito?
Not today.
Oh, we don't have a plug for it.
Okay, let me make a suggestion.
Go ahead.
Let's seal along the bottom of that, where your metal comes up and hits the bottom of this. Let's seal that just like we seal along these edges, here and there, along with filling it up an inch, both. But the problem is a standard type of sealant caulking will not adhere to the wet lumber.
Oh, this is not. Yours is not special. But mine is a special copy. It's not regular copy.
Okay, well, so maybe your stuff will work fine. That would be great.
This is not regular copy. This
Okay.
is special for this use.
Okay, great. So maybe we can seal it. Are you guys use like bitumen or that kind of stuff?
We use
What
all
do
the
you do
time,
when
but
you-
not for this job.
Yeah, but Nelson, what do you use when you seal your gutter joints and that kind of stuff?
We use the regular Sigaflex.
Okay,
It's
so-
a gutter
Sigaflex.
sealant.
Yeah,
It's like a gutter
Sigaflex.
sealant.
Sigaflex is the best item.
But can you use that on a wet?
No.
No, it's got to be
No,
dry.
No,
not on the wet.
cannot be used on the wet.
You won't go nowhere if it's wet.
Right.
It'll just
And
soak
You
right
have to
off.
dry, clean, very
Right.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like yesterday, clean it, and dry it, and then we patch this.
Why is it the lumber here wetter than like the rest of the planks? Is that because of the back up there? I mean, it's just, you can see the dark lumber here is wet, but here it's dry. Right
This
here
was
it's dry.
this was all moist and wet when I pulled
Oh,
these
was
up
it? Oh,
yesterday.
okay. All right, I see. All right, but this one, I don't know, it seems wetter.
Sure,
Maybe
I
this
can't-
No,
is.
that doesn't
What-
matter.
what-
This is a pressure treated lumber.
What might have
It's
happened here
okay.
Uh-huh.
is
But
that
the-
that hose got water on
but
top
the
of it.
water was
Okay,
also
yeah,
lost
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
just
no,
right now.
that's very possible. No,
With the hose.
I walked over there. Yeah, no,
the
that's
bottom
true.
of the post. There's a ledger.
Where's the metal?
It-
Yeah, I see.
that-
I see
that
it,
gap
I see
in
it.
between.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, I'm only going to say this one more time, and I don't know if it's the right thing to use. But an O. Henry is the only one that I know that you can use in a wet application. Now, maybe that's not the right product, Cito, and if it's not,
Not the
then
right product for permanently.
then we need to wait for this to dry, I guess. What do you
Yeah.
think? I mean, I don't know what else to say. And it's
So
supposed
I
to.
don't know. I'm
It's
not a
supposed to rain
framer,
till
so I
next
don't want
Thursday.
to. I don't know. I'm just do the plumbing and the waterproofing.
I know when I used to have leaks in the roof, I used to use that when it was pouring down rain, and it was like, it's fabulous because it would stick when stuff was wet.
What is it, that black stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the black roof tar, right?
Yeah, like that.
rooftop
Exactly.
wet
Yeah,
patch.
so it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wet patch.
It's like a wet patch,
Yeah,
but the
it's-
brand is
call
O.
it
Henry.
patch.
It sticks as soon as you put it on.
Exactly.
It could be
Yeah.
pouring
And
out.
sometimes
do
you
it
have to
during the
rub
rain.
it in so it'll get in.